high-profile prison escapee in Trinidad and Tobago recaptured. And in sport, West Indies sink to their lowest total in 7 tests in their opening test against New Zealand. I'm Nicole Best, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Friday, December 1st. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Did you know that a strategy has been developed to help improve the region's education and human resources?
You didn't? Well, the HID strategy, as it is called, will guide CARICOM in how it delivers quality education and training to the people of the region.
The strategy has been crafted by a group of experts called the HRD Commission.
Consultations have been done across the region to get your input.
Do you know that none of us will be left behind?
The HRD strategy is important to all of us, students, parents, and employers. It will prepare the region, especially the youth, for the 21st century economy and society.
The HRD strategy, unlocking Caribbean human potential.
We begin in Trinidad and Tobago, where the 35-year-old fraud-accused businesswoman who escaped from prison late on Monday has been recaptured. Police say Vicky Boodram was found at her house in Penal, south of the capital, on Thursday night. A 32-year-old female occupant of the house was also detained and faces charges of harboring a fugitive. Lawmen say residents in the area claimed Boodram was seen earlier in the day eating at a fast food restaurant. She had been recognized by a member of the public who alerted the police. There has been much speculation as to how Boodram, who was awaiting trial on more than 100 fraud charges, had been able to walk out of the prison in the company of 2 police officers. The officers had claimed that they were sent to escort the woman to night court. But Acting Minister of National Security Stuart Young confirmed yesterday that forged documents were used to secure Boodram's release. Responding to questions on the matter at the post-cabinet media briefing, he said investigators had confirmed the forgery.
That particular document has gone along the chain of custody now into the hands of the police officers who are actively investigating this. And just like you, we would assume that that is the line of investigation that needs to take place. Where did this document originate from? Who is it that authorized this? We know it's not a real document. I have that information, that the signature on the document is a fraudulent signature. How does someone get a stamp, etc.? So let's wait the outcome of that.
The Caribbean Tourism Organization says destinations in the region must have protocols to determine at what point they will stop accepting visitors when a storm is approaching. Thousands of travelers were left stranded during the just-ended hurricane season after storms devastated a number of destinations. Kennedy Pemberton, a sustainable tourism product development consultant at the CTO, tells CMC News one of the things they noted that right up to storms coming, the tourism supply apparatus was still in full swing.
We had airlines that were still bringing in jet loads and plane loads of passengers into the region. And so as the situation progressed, negatively progressed, where it became even clearer that storms were going to hit destinations within the region, I think at that point, the governments of the day need to be able to say, when the probability gets beyond a certain point, we're going to stop accepting visitors, because the risk of an incident involving a visitor, when you continue to accept visitors, it gets too high. And that risk is a long-term risk. It damages the brand, and it's something that will continue to redound in the minds of visitors, because the hurricane season is something that we experience every year. So there'll always be that fear of, we've had negative impacts on visitors from the hurricane season in a particular year, and so we don't want to repeat those particular circumstances.
He says the CTO has learned some important lessons as a result of devastating 2017 hurricane season, including that the early warning information was particularly useful.
The media has been presenting the Caribbean as being devastated. That has hurt the brand in terms of turning away visitors from the region, particularly as we are entering the winter season, in the sense that persons don't necessarily understand the full geography of the Caribbean. So whether it spans from the Bahamas in the north going down to as far as Guyana in the south, because of course both the Bahamas and Guyana are members of the CTO, and so when they hear that the Caribbean is devastated, they change their minds in terms of vacationing and they seek alternative destinations. Whereas the truth and in fact, we've had about 10 destinations in the region that have been badly affected by storms, and they are on the road to recovery, but there are at least another 17, 18, 20 plus destinations that have not been affected and that are fully up and running, that are fully open for business, that are able to accommodate visitors and to continue to deliver that Caribbean experience.
The St. Kitts Nevis government has agreed to pay a double salary as a bonus to public servants this year. Cabinet said in a statement that it had deliberated at length over the matter of paying the Christmas bonus, and after considering that as at September this year, the fiscal accounts reflected a surplus and all economic indicators point to robust growth for 2018, it decided to approve the payment for a second consecutive year. The statement said the bonus payment could be considered government's Christmas gift to hard-working and deserving citizens, but recipients of the extra cash have still been advised to spend their money wisely. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Barbados, it's gonna be lit. FAS 7-Star, Hennessy, and Yellow present Hennessy Artistry, featuring international superstar Beres Hammond, Sizzler,
Dry cry, even tears,
Movado, Pasfana Fox, Little Rick, and Nikita. And for the first time in Barbados, Tory Lanez. Hosted by Vane and Peter Coppin. The Hennessy Experience of a Lifetime.
everyone falls in love sometimes.
Hennessy Artistry, December 2nd, Kensington Oval. Welcome to the weekend. Hennessy, never stop, never settle. Flaunt your taste responsibly.
West Indies struck 2 vital blows but were still reeling after being bundled out cheaply as old habits returned to haunt them on the opening day of the first test against New Zealand. Sent in on a grassy Basin Reserve track, the Caribbean side declined from 59 without loss to 134 all out, their lowest ever total in 7 tests, as left-arm seamer Neil Wagner incinerated the innings with a brilliant career-best 7-wicket haul. West Indies was 75 for 1 at one stage but lost 2 wickets in the last 7 deliveries before lunch. They then lost their last 7 wickets for 55 runs in 80 minutes on resumption. Opener Kieran Powell top scored with 42 and partner Craig Brathwaite got 24, but it all went downhill quickly for the visitors after the pair put on 59 for the first wicket. At the close, the Black Caps were 85 for 2 in reply, 49 runs behind heading into day 2 of the contest. Opener Tom Latham struck 37, putting on 65 for the first wicket, with Jeet Raval, who was unbeaten, on a patient 29 at stumps. And that's the Caribbean in 10. Join us at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Have yourselves a good afternoon.